Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Sergeant First Class Frank Chavez. I'm currently attending Columbia College, and I'm working on a bachelor's degree in general studies. I'm currently taking an introduction to speech class to assist me in becoming a better public speaker. Now, how many of you guys have ever done a presentation or a briefing in public? Okay, so as you all know, there's three parts to that briefing and presentation or speech. The one you practice for, the one you give, and the one you actually wish you would have given. So that being said, today I'm going to cover a little bit about myself as far as my experiences, attributes, weaknesses go with me being a public speaker. Now, we're going to start off in discussing some of my strengths. My strengths pretty much consist of my attributes and my experience in my military career. As far as my attributes go, I've taken a lot of military courses that have assisted me in presenting briefings and speeches. One of those is the facilitator course in Arkansas. The other one is the Master Resilience Trainer course at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and the Army Basic Instructor course at Camp St. Luis Obispo, as well as all of the non-commissioned officer courses that we've attended. They cover the basis on how to give presentations and speeches. As far as my experience goes, I have done multiple speeches and briefings that consist of the Army Suicide Prevention stand-down that we had last year, where I had to give a presentation for over 500 soldiers in a 4-day span. We're also looking at warrior task, battle drills that are common in our arena. As non-commissioned officers, we get selected to teach those classes to our subordinates. And the biggest one, probably the one I had most challenges with, was during Operation Udon in Iraq. I had to brief the United States Forces Iraq Deputy Commanding General at the time, who was Lieutenant General Frank Helmet. And that was in order to establish the contractor footprint and drawdown, which was a big deal at the time. As far as that goes, my weaknesses as a public speaker, I would probably have to say my biggest one is my accent. Because of my Hispanic descent, my culture, and my upbringing, I tend to, mispronounce words. And I think, as you can see right now, my braces don't really help me a lot with it. So I'm hoping that, once I take the braces off, that's going to assist me. But furthermore, I have a hard time as far as having someone hostile in the audience or someone wanting to question you on the material that you're presenting. I have a hard time showing a demeanor of calmness and being patient. So it's kind of hard for me to relay a message when someone is displaying those attributes. The third one, well, time constraints are a big one. As when you're giving left and right limits as far as what your times are, it's kind of hard because you tend to rush through the material. Now, some of the things that I'm doing to become a better speaker are, as far as my accent goes, there's not much I can do, but that's just the way God made me. I'm hoping that when the braces come off, some of that goes away, and speech therapy would probably help, getting somebody to help me, assist me in enunciating words. Arguing with a hostile person in the crowd, or being confrontational is not something that you would want to do. So I think in order to ease those tensions, it'd probably be a good idea prior to giving the briefing presentation, maybe get to mingle, get to know the individuals, say a little bit about yourself and your background. Maybe that would alleviate some of the hostile tension with that person, or get them to understand that you are a subject matter expert at the material that you're presenting. We're also looking at time constraints. As far as time constraints go, when you're giving time constraints, I think probably the best way to go about presenting the material is to make sure that when you're practicing with the material that you're going to relay to the audience, it probably hitting the key points would be a way to go about making sure that you meet your time constraints. So as far as that goes, overall, I think that my military career, over 17 years of briefings, speeches, presentations, has made me a good public speaker. However, I do know that there's a lot of room for improvement. And that being said, this self-analysis of myself is basically helping me, allowing me to dissect the flaws of what I need to work on as far as the communication arena. And thank you very much for being here, and that's all I have.